Your financial advisor, your CFP, should be offering 3 things: clarity, confidence, and creativity. If they're not doing that, you've got the wrong advisor. I'm going to tell you how they should be doing it coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. All right, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying it. Your certified financial, well, number one, you need a certified financial planner, a coach, a financial coach that's helping you organize and kind of manage all 6 areas of your financial life and how they overlap and work together. There should be synergy. The financial decisions that you make should help as many of those 6 areas as possible all at the same time. That's how you know which ones, in a decision, which ones are the good decisions and which one is the great decision, okay? And that's wise money right there, is doing comprehensive financial planning through all 6 areas of your financial life. And so you need a CFP that's doing that for you. And your certified financial planner, your CFP, they shouldn't just focus on investments. They got to work on all 6 areas. And they should be bringing you clarity, confidence, and creativity. Clarity on where you stand financially and where everything is, the structure, organization, and that you're doing the right things. Confidence that you're doing the right things. Confidence that you're on track for your goals. Confidence that you're taking the right approach and that you're doing the right things, okay? And creativity, helping you do some things or be aware of some things that maybe you didn't know on your own. They should be bringing creative ideas, not off the wall ideas that wouldn't be effective, but creative solutions to your financial problems, helping you get from where you are to where you're trying to get to. So that's what your CFP should be doing. Kevin Korhorn says if they're doing those 3 things, they're giving you a 4th C, and that is calm. Then no matter what your financial circumstances are, whether we're in a recession or whether you lose your job or whether there's turmoil in your life, whatever, if they're providing clarity, confidence, and creativity, you should have more calm, an unusual calm in your finances than other people would have. So then it begs the question, if your CFP should be bringing you clarity, how? How do they bring clarity? What are some of the tangible ways that they do it? Let's get into it. The first way that your CFP should be providing clarity is within the structure of your overall financial situation. We call that within your present financial position. That's the first area of your financial life. And to me, with your finances, all of our finances, everything's so intangible. You don't carry around cash anymore, and you rarely are getting statements these days, and you're diversified, so even if you did get statements, you've got money spread out all over the place. And so one of the first ways your CFP should be creating clarity is taking all of those intangible, diversified, diverse parts of your financial life and bringing them together in one tangible or visible way, and that is usually a net worth statement or a balance sheet, as you can see here. And so it's categorizing how much do you have in cash, how much do you have in retirement savings, how much do you have in these different areas. It's categorizing those assets based on their purpose in your financial life, and then categorizing your liabilities, whether it's short-term, whether it's long-term, right? And then determining what your net worth is. And that's helpful because that clarity, bringing everything onto one page, that one-page financial plan, then you can see, okay, do I have enough in cash? Do I have too much in cash and I've got too much in debt and I should pay some off? You're able to see some things over time that stand out as, wow, with this level of clarity, we should be taking this approach instead of that approach. But then the other thing that this does, okay, take a look at this sheet that we tend to, we update for our clients each year. It is that net worth or balance sheet tracker report over time. A balance sheet is just hey, where do you stand financially at this point in time? It's a snapshot. But that does help reveal some planning strategies, but otherwise it's useless, okay? It really doesn't mean anything unless you can compare it to something else. And again, you don't want to compare your financial situation to someone else's. You want to compare your financial situation to where it was 6 months ago, or where you were a year ago, or where you were 6 years ago, right? You want to compare your financial situation to your prior self so that you can see, are you making progress? And this is the type of clarity that your CFP should be bringing. Obviously, your certified financial planner needs to be bringing clarity in the area of your financial goals. Where do you stand in relation to your financial goals that you're trying to achieve? Whether that be helping kids with college, paying off debt, retiring someday, buying that second house, or buying your first house, right? It doesn't matter what your financial goal is. Your certified financial planner needs to provide clarity as to here's where you stand in relation to that goal, and here are the things that you need to be doing in order to stay on track or get on track. The most common, most obvious is retirement. I'll show you some images of the tools that we use to help provide clarity to our clients on retirement. But still, even though that one is sort of the most common, your CFP should be providing clarity regardless of what the goal is, okay? And so with retirement, there's Monte Carlo analysis, there's all sorts of sophisticated calculations that your CFP should be doing to provide clarity. But the point is, with where you stand with your goals, your CFP has got to be driving clarity as to where you stand in relation to those goals and what you need to be doing to stay on track or get on track. The third, and I feel very strongly about this, and my guess is this is where many certified financial planners are going to fall short. They need to be providing clarity to you on your tax situation and tax strategies. We call that tax planning, the third area of comprehensive financial planning. And that's not just, well, is your tax return done? Yes, check. Okay, done. No, number one, they've got to break down your tax return for you so that you understand it, the inputs and the output that's being created there. But then second, they need to be proactively projecting out your tax situation and then using that instruction and that analysis to say, these are the tax strategies that we should be using. We should be max funding the Roth, or we should be shoeboxing that HSA, or we should, from that clarity, they're teaching you, explaining, here's how your tax situation is working right now, projecting that out in the future and explaining that to you, as you can see in some of these illustrations, and then using that to then explain these are the tax strategies and that make the most sense to you. So that's one where we feel extremely passionate about. Every financial decision is interwoven with your tax situation, and no one wants to pay more than their fair share of tax. I want you to pay the least amount of tax over your lifetime, absolutely. And so tax planning is that mechanism. They've got to be bringing clarity to you there. Another confusing area of your finances and mine as well is protection planning, the insurance. Your CFP should be driving clarity there as well. Specifically, well, in all areas of risk management, but specifically in your home and auto insurance coverage. How does that coverage work, and why is that coverage appropriate for your overall financial life? That coverage isn't just, something separate. It's not a separate component of your financial life. It's there to cover your overall financial plan and financial situation. So this is another area where we see a lot of CFPs fall short. They don't get into this area. They don't even talk about it. And then your agent is supposed to guess and say, well, I don't know how much assets we're supposed to protect, blah, blah, blah. Here's this coverage I typically recommend. They have no clue. Your certified financial planner has got to get involved in this area, bring clarity to your situation on here's how your coverage works, and here's why you should have this sort of coverage for your financial situation, these deductibles and so on. They need to be bringing that same level of clarity for life insurance as well. I shared in many videos, life insurance up until recently has often been sold, not solved. Meaning someone sells you life insurance as opposed to solves for this is what you need and why. Your CFP should be bringing that clarity. Your life insurance should be a solved situation, not a sold or sales situation. It's the clarity as to here's your overall financial situation. If you passed away, your spouse passed away, financially this would be the impact, and therefore this is the life insurance and why, right? So they need to be bringing clarity in that situation as well. And then finally, everyone needs some sort of cash flow analysis, and that could just be at a high level. Hey, your taxable income this year was X. Here's how much went to taxes. Here's how much went to debt. You spent the rest of it. Something like that at a high level. But others need a more detailed budget. For me, I believe everyone needs a detailed budget to start, whether you're a natural spender or a natural saver. If you're a natural spender, you probably need a budget. A more detailed and thorough process with budgeting. And this is the other area that your CFP should be helping you, is in the area of income planning or cash flow planning or budgeting or whatever you want to call it. Sort of depends on your financial situation. But we call it the 3 bank account system, and that is determining how much do you need in your sort of float for your checking account, your immediate spending, and how much is going in, how much is going out, how much do you need to be setting aside for known upcoming expenses that don't happen every month, but you know they're on the horizon so that you're prepared for them when they come up. And then how much should you have set aside in your emergency fund? Your CFP should be driving clarity so you know exactly the structure and purpose for each of those buckets and the amount that you should have in each of those. So there you have it. I mean, your CFP should be driving clarity, confidence, and creativity in your financial life, resulting in calm. How do they deliver clarity? Those are the top 5 ways, but it should be even more. Your CFP should have the heart of a teacher, love explaining these weird financial concepts to you, but in a way that you understand and that makes sense. And then you can see the strategies and recommendations, how they would naturally flow out of that understanding. So your CFP should be doing that for you. If they aren't, or you don't have one, you can always contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com, that's Korhorn with a K, wisemoneyshow.com, you can find us there as well, or send us an email, info@Korhorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.